Alright, so welcome to the channel. Today, one thing I haven't done to this bike yet is an oil change. Pretty basic stuff, but I thought we'd go through it today, make it easy. You might notice a little bit of a difference on my lift. I kind of took all the paint off and then repainted it, and the main reason was the sandpaper or the grip tape that I was using was pretty worn out, and as I was going through it I noticed a lot of bubbling and there's a lot of rust underneath the paint, so I went ahead and stripped that down and got it satisfactory. Let's be honest, you know, once you use this for a little while you're going to scrape it up, it's going to get dirty, but this way I know that all the rust areas have preventative measures put in. So let's get this thing up and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the oil. All right, so got it lifted and we'll go through a couple things. So here, this is your dipstick, and down here, this is your actual oil plug. So that's where you drain it, and I'll show you. There's also a filter that is behind this, which is actually your oil filter. So let's go ahead and pop this off. Let's see if I can get you in a good spot. I think that might work. There we go. So this is a 17 millimeter. There we go. There we go. Go ahead and let that drain out. Doesn't look bad. No water in it. It's black, but I'm pretty sure no matter how clear of oil you put in these big Ruckuses, it's always black when it comes out regardless of age. So yeah, I'll come back once this is drained and we'll go through kind of all the items and what's entailed. All right, so with the oil drain, there's a few things that you want to look at. This, for example, this is your oil filter. These can be reused, you know, 2-3 times. You're not going to hurt anything. Most important part is, you know, make sure you clean it out with some carb cleaner, inspect it, make sure that there's no tears or anything that looks concerning. This one in particular looks fine, so we will reuse it. Other things you want to ensure, so, you know, you have this spring, you know, still make sure it's springy, which it's fine. Make sure that this oil gasket right here, make sure that this gasket is good, which this one again is fine. This one does relatively seem to be new, so the previous owner, I would guess, recently replaced this, so I will reuse it. But the easy part is getting it off and getting the oil out. The hard part can be trying to get this all back together and to sit flush and be able to screw in. So we'll make an attempt. May take longer than wanted, but it can be finicky. So you just have to be mindful. Patience. It'll latch eventually. Like so. So now that's partially in. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up. This does not need to be cranked on. Don't quote me. I feel the book would say like 18 foot-pounds. I haven't looked at the book in a while though for oil changes. So we'll go ahead and we'll tighten this thing up. We'll say that that's 18. Good and snug. Looks good. Clean it out. From there, we got to refill it, obviously. I believe it takes like 1 liter, 1.1 liters. So we'll go ahead. I'll move you a little bit here. Well, there we go. So where you check is where you also fill. So we will take this out. She is bone dry, no oil on the stick. We'll go ahead, put that guy in. You may be curious what oil I use. If you can tell, this is the Gen 4 Honda 10W40. Some of you may say, oh, there's better stuff out there, you know, full synthetic, ... Totally cool, you know, whatever you want to put into your motorcycle, that's completely up to you. This is what's recommended. Never had a problem or complaint with it, so I maintain and I keep. But if you have better or differing opinion, definitely go for what works best for you. So we're going to try and get a liter in here.
Sped this part up just because I don't feel that anybody needs to watch 3.5 minutes of filling a motorcycle up with oil. It was a little bit more difficult just because I buy, you know, in the 4 quarts of Honda as opposed to a single quart just because it's cheaper, and I have 2 of these Honda Big Ruckuses, so it's just good to have extra. So this took a little bit longer than it'd probably take you if you just bought a single quart.
Yeah, if you can tell, it's right at the full right there. So we are good. So really the final thing that you need to do is start her up. Let's go ahead and start it. So yeah, that is how you do a oil change on a Honda Big Ruckus. Like I said, really not difficult. Very few things to inspect, very few items that you need to replace. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. Do whatever works best for you. I do appreciate you watching, and yeah, take care. Bye-bye.